Hello and welcome, beautiful, vibrant souls, to today's pick a card reading. So today I'm going to be kind of looking into the subject, what would this person say to you if they could, right? What does this person really, really want to tell you? I'm going to leave it open to whatever type of connection. Not gonna lie. You guys, I'm really excited. I just made my first oracle deck. Woohoo! This is the Sacred Oracle of Things Left Unsaid. It will be available for pre-order probably pretty soon. I literally just got my first copy in yesterday. But back up, Sinessa. This retrograde, you guys. Thank God it's ending. But this oracle was created with the intent of, like, if we could say what we wanted to soul, heart to heart, and we didn't have ego and bullshit and our own wounds and crap in the way, what would we say to each other, right? So I'm going to be pulling from this oracle predominantly, but I'm also going to be pulling tarot. And I also want to use the messages from your angels cards because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. So we're going to really just be looking at what would this person say to you, using all this to say, what would this person say to you if they could speak openly, honestly, if there are no other factors in the way, all of that good garbage. Excuse my hiccup. I just ate a lot of salad. So yeah, that's really what we're going to be looking at today. So we have 3 options to choose from as usual. We're going to have option 1, group 1, with my little bluebird friend. Can you guys see this? Look at it, so cute. Oh my God. We have option 2 with this little turtle with the little shell that goes boop. Look at that. Oh my God. He's been here for a second. He's relatively new to the channel. He's like a couple weeks in, but I'm obsessed. And then we have, I think we named him Arnie, this little green-eyed armadillo here. Sorry, armadillos are hilarious to me for so many reasons. So yeah, feel free to pause, really think about the person who you want to get answers from. This will be kind of like a combination of hearing from their higher selves and their higher selves and their current consciousness are working together to bring you some kind of information. So you might be aware of things that come through. You might not be aware. These could be things that they have kind of hinted at or they've told you about directly, or things that they just have never mentioned. So just keep that in mind as you're listening to the reading. But yeah, take your time, pause the video if need be, meditate, contemplate on all your little animal friends in front of you. And when you're ready, go to the description box where there are timestamps Okay, come on, let's try again. There are timestamps, darling, for your selected option. I'm feeling squirrely today. No pun intended with all the animals. Yeah. So I'm going to quit talking and get started. Love you guys. I'm going to start with group 1. Okay. Hi, group 1. So you picked my little bluebird friend. He needs a name. I think I had you know what it was? I had a naming contest for him like 2 years ago, and then I accidentally lost him in my purse. And if you've ever seen... Well, I'd imagine most people watching this have not, but anybody who knows me IRL and who has seen my purse knows what a wasteland that is. Anyway, I'm getting off track. So for some of you, there may be like a message, because birds are messengers, there may be a message that's like lost in all of the mess going on with you and this person. Communication could be a huge issue with them. This also could be where you communicate really well in some ways, but there's still some things that are like, that are left unsaid, or there's something where it feels like there's some really good parts of this connection, and then there's other parts that are just like I'm almost getting, because I picked it up and then dropped it, it's almost like somebody's like dropped the ball, or it's not getting off the ground, especially with the bird imagery here. So let me put this here. Can you guys see it if I put it up in the corner? Oh, not quite. There he is. Okay, he's our little mascot. So I'm going to pull a couple cards from my oracle deck because I'm still so excited. So let's kind of figure out, what would this person say to you if they got the chance. I want to pull this one. They could say anything they wanted. What would they say to you? I don't want that one. I want this one. Okay. Excuse me. So, yeah, I'll start with this. So we have... Oh, you guys see this? You are one of my greatest spiritual teachers. I love that card. Can you see? Oh, it's so cool. And then we have I think about that extra special day we had together as much as you do. That's lovely. Oh, I really love that, you guys. Okay. And I want to make note, before I put the deck down, I did want to creep on the top card, and this one was, our journeys may have led us away from each other, but never doubt how much of an impact you made on mine. So you might be in separation with this person, but they do think really fondly of you, right? You are one of my greatest spiritual teachers. We have a lot of green and blue here, right? So there's a lot of throat and heart chakra energy. There's a lot of emotional expression here. I feel like you help this person, so I'm really drawn in with a star right now. You help this person kind of maybe redefine like their North Star, right? Redefine, sorry, there's little bits of cat fur. I lint rolled it too. But you help this person redefine what their kind of like North Star is, what they use to govern their life, or what they use to like give themselves direction. You really help to redefine that for them, and they're really grateful for that. I'm hearing contemplative. They might still, oh, sorry if you could hear my knuckles crack. They might still be thinking about things that you've said in the past. We also have, I think about that extra special day we had together as much as you do. There might be something where there was one day in particular that just was pivotal. It just changed the course of this person's life. It changed their perspective. What I'm hearing is reoriented them. And they want you to know that really, really heavily. They want you to know that if there's a day in particular, because like that extra special day we had together as much as you do, if there's like a day where like you really remember this day with that person, especially in like a really, with all the pink, like a beautiful, loving, warm context, they think about that too. They remember it like that just as much as you do, and they love that. And I feel like with, the really nice soft pastel colors here, the yellow, the blue, that's like, whenever I see light blue, this is like something being like part of your highest truth, right? This is something that brings them a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. And again, with all the pink, it's like the love that they feel with you, the happiness they felt on that day, that was like very like pure, really true to them in the heart space, right? And it may have been something where like that changed them, right? There's just something where they have a lot of respect for you, even if they haven't communicated that. And if they haven't always acted like that, they are sorry. This is like, again, you've come in and kind of shaken up this person's, the only thing I could think of, I'm really drawn in with a star. You've come in like shaken up their perspective on things. Like if they kind of had like a moral code that would always dictate their actions, or maybe a lack of a moral code, this has now shifted and changed. It's like the way that they do everything changed because you were a part of their life. And again, just based on some of the other factors, you might be in separation with this person, but never doubt how much of an impact you've made on their journey. So that's beautiful. I want to keep pulling you guys some cards because I want to dig a little deeper here. And Archangel Raphael is at the bottom, right? I'm helping you heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You're a healer like me. This can also talk about healing your emotions. So you brought a lot of healing to this person. I feel like, again, this is the card that's really drawing in my attention. I feel like you also brought in spiritual perspective that's changing the way they live their life. Especially I'm hearing the way they make decisions. And this could be something where they were resistant to that at first. They might still be resistant to that. I don't think they actually are. If they're acting resistant to making changes, I feel like this is mostly to save face while they kind of figure out what they actually really think, what they really want. But you really change this person's perspective in a very meaningful way. So that's pretty freaking cool. I'm jelly. That's awesome. But we have Rochelle. As you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. Okay, so I really feel like you've taught this person to follow their heart. We're talking throat and heart chakra here. Lots of heart chakra energy. You've really opened up this person's heart space. We have a lot of green, so again, more heart chakra. You've really opened up this person's heart space. Can you see this? Is this out of frame? It is a teeny bit out of frame. There we go. Is that better? I hope so. That's the best I can do. but you really opened up this person's heart space. And I feel like, you know, especially with prosperity being mentioned, this person may have been very materially based before. And maybe that's what they were taught is like, you know, you have to, they may have been taught like you have to chase, you know, be a paper chaser above all else. That you can't do something that you love. Like you pick security over your happiness is kind of the energy. And I feel like you came in and just like turn their whole perspective around, and now they're kind of like shit. Especially where, if I remember correctly, when I got this cute little bluebird, these are like supposed to be like a little symbol of kind of like good luck and happiness that you keep on your person. So I feel like excuse me, I feel like you really changed your person's perspective on what it is that matters. Again, what should guide them, what makes them, what influences their decision making. So let's see what you have. Yeah, exactly. The Knight of Cups. We have, woof, okay, the Queen of Cups reversed. Okay. The World reversed, holy shit. I have thoughts. And the Eight of Wands, okay. Can you guys see? Can you see all that? Okay, cool. Yeah. We like this. Okay, so first of all, lots of water energy here. You guys could both be water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We also have 3 cards about travel. So this could very much have to do, we were talking about like compasses and like pointing in a particular direction. This could have to do with like literal travel, like where you live. This person could have had kind of like particular biases about certain areas of the world, or if they wanted to travel, it's like I only want to go to, you know, this place, or like they may have had kind of like a bias toward what they've grown up knowing, and they really like, I don't want to say they're like xenophobic, but like just maybe struggle to kind of like, what I'm almost getting at, because it's also, you know, this is Mercury in Sagittarius, right? So this makes me think of having this expansive mindset, you know, entertaining a lot of different ideas, philosophies, higher spiritual perspective. And I feel like your person was kind of closed off to that when you guys initially met. And this is something where, you know, this also could be this person was very just like emotionally closed off. In general, and you kind of like open that up for them. Again, this is major heart chakra expansion here, especially when it comes to communicating about their feelings. I feel like there's something with the World reversed where your person, especially because she's naked, and nakedness always implies vulnerability, your person was really struggling to let go of an old paradigm that I feel came from a long time ago, or from a very deep emotional wound, right? It's almost like your person was trying to move forward with like in their emotional landscape, so maybe in love or in relationships, and like almost trying to move through this, like it's because we have like back up, we have forward movement and forward movement, but then we have these in the middle, right? And the Queen of Cups is the only Cups card where there's a lid on the cup, right, implying that she's got complete control over her emotions. And what I kind of feel like was happening is that your person was trying to just move forward in their life without dealing with this unresolved emotional stuff. And this is why I felt like there was like the heart chakra was kind of closed down to a certain extent, or shut down. And I feel like as a result, this person drifted further and further away from their true authentic alignment, because in having to get in alignment with what they actually feel, what they actually want, what's real for them, what they intuitively know they need to move toward, they have to deal with these unresolved emotions, right? The cup's got to be turned upside down. The lid has to come off the cup. In order to deal with those things. And I feel like they just did not want to have any of it. Maybe they were discouraged from a young age from dealing with their feelings. They might have a history of when it comes time to close out a cycle, right? Because the world is about finishing up a big cycle, but it's also like a leveling up, a graduation, right? Where you really learned a spiritual lesson. And it may be where whenever they were presented the opportunity to deal with certain emotions and close out a cycle, they ran away. They may have literally just been on the road a lot. They're always seeking out new things. They're always, you know, going to the next place, going to the next relationship, going to the next person. They weren't really stopping and dealing with their feelings. And this is why no matter where they would go, no matter what the new thing is they would do, they would always be looking for something else. They wouldn't be satiated. They would always be kind of like chasing the next thing. And that's because they needed to make their way through this dense crap is what I'm hearing, through this like dense stuff. And the way I feel like other people may have tried to like deal with this with them, I'm hearing karmics in the past may have tried to like get them to confront this by being like demanding or caustic or kind of just like in their face about it. But I feel like you're one of their greatest spiritual teachers because you opened them up through gentleness, through love. Like you accepted them, you were very compassionate. I feel like you know, you just brought forth love, you brought forth open communication, you're very open to ideas that are not your own, especially if you and this person maybe have some differences in like background, culture, you know, you come from different types of families or family structures or something like that, where it's like you guys might be very different in some ways on the surface, and I feel like you're very open to this person. And just by virtue of you doing your own thing and being a very heart-centered, loving person, this cracked this individual open. And I feel like they kind of didn't really know what to do with that. But they recognize your importance. They recognize the significance, right? And this is why even if it seems like if you guys are in separation, even if it seems like they've moved on, they haven't really moved on, because what I'm hearing is there's no moving on from you. There's no moving on from what you brought to them because it's unique, it's one of a kind. And even if you guys never come back together, like if you are in separation and you never come back together, or even if something were to happen, you know, if you guys are happily together and you parted ways tomorrow, you know, there would never be another you, regardless of what type of connection this is. If this is a friend, there's never going to be another you. And that's the thing they really want to drive home, is that you have opened up their heart in a very unique way. And this is one of the greatest lessons you could have ever taught them. What I'm hearing is you taught them in a way that nobody else could. And you did it just by virtue of being yourself, which is like kind of the thing that stuns this person. You kind of knock them on their ass emotionally and spiritually because they just really weren't expecting you. So I really like that. I kind of want to pull you guys like a couple more cards just to sort of smooth this out a little bit. Do I flip it? No, I do not flip it. I want to just pull two. Yeah, we have the Four of Wands reversed at the bottom. So this could very well be something where there was a lot of long-term potential. You guys may have lived together at one point or been married. This could be a member of your family or just somebody who's like soul family to you. But it's like no matter whether you guys are together or not, you know, living in the same place or not. This also could be a long distance connection. I could see that with these two cards. This person always thinks of you and always like, you know, I think about that special day we had together as much as you do. So as often as you think of them, they think of you too. There's a lot of reciprocity here in terms of emotions. Yeah, we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Okay, and the Five of Swords upright. So what I feel like happened is this person may have just like kind of freaked out because this is sort of a lot for them to deal with emotionally. I felt like this was meant to crack open and expand their emotional bandwidth, but that's often an uncomfortable process. So I feel like what happened is that this person, this is several things I'm seeing here. One is that this person might like to be alone, might, you know, kind of feel like they thrive when they're independent. They might really like their single life. They may also be used to just like fending for themselves. And we talked a lot about earlier, maybe being more invested in the material. They're used to chasing the material. This is kind of what they're used to. But I think part of it is to cover up for the fact that they also do have these self-esteem wounds, right? They have these self-worth wounds, and I think they try to cover it up by, you know, making a certain amount of money, by projecting a certain image, by making it seem like they love to be by themselves, which is not a problem, but like to the point where when they want companionship, they want closeness, they want connection, they still won't let themselves admit that. And this is what I feel like you brought up in this person, is they had to really battle their self-conception and re-evaluate what they were chasing, what they were doing. We have a snail here, meaning that they had been on this path for a very long time. And this is why I feel there might be either struggles or harsh words exchanged. You might not be in communication right now just because of the Five of Swords. This person, I feel like, lashed out when they felt triggered emotionally, and it's not having anything to do with you. It's the fact that they're having to like really look at themselves, look at how they show up, especially how they show up in connections, in, you know, relationships, in their emotional landscape. They had to really look at themselves. and this was very uncomfortable for them. But what I'm really hearing is they see your significance, they see your importance, because nobody was able to get to them like that. And that's why they may have pushed you away, they may have lashed out. I'm hearing is they may have been a dick. So that's what's going on with them. But they really want you to know that they do respect you, they do value you, even if they don't say it enough. And even if it's not enough to stay in connection with each other in a healthy way, they want you to know how much of an impact you've made on their life. Like I said, they recognize that there's never going to be another you. In whatever type of connection this is, there will never be another you. And I just want to say one thing I was getting with the Knight and the Queen of the same suit. For some of them, there might be a little bit of an age difference, but B, they recognize that you're more mature, and they kind of are frustrated now after all this time, because they're like, shit, I'm ready now for this person, but I wasn't ready before. So if this is somebody from your past where they were just not, their efforts were not cutting the mustard, they were not mature enough for you, they recognize that now, and they're like, damn it, I'm ready for a partnership now, like shit. And they notice what they did now, they're aware of it now, and this was a huge lesson for them, and it was a really important one. And they're kind of recognizing that they have to try to move forward with everything they've learned, but they know that they blew it, and they hope with the world reversed that it's not, that you're not out of their life forever, or that there's another chance to make things right at some point in the future. So I think this is just about everything I have for group 1. I hope this has been helpful. If you need help with your specific situation, please feel free to check out my shop link in the description box below. It's been an honor to get to read for you. I hope I get to again in the future. And with that, I'm going to move on to group 2. Bye, guys. Oh, God. Come here, little tarot cards. All right. Hi, group 2. Okay, the first thing I heard as soon as I picked this little guy up is family. So this might be, you might be asking about somebody in your family, or somebody that you'd like to have a family with. This is somebody who, I'm hearing values longevity. So this could literally be with their health. They like to get into healthy living. This is somebody who I also feel like just values longevity in terms of like stability. This person, like this turtle energy, likes to be slow and steady, right? They like to kind of just like take things one step at a time. They're not in a rush. They're very happy with a peaceful, low-key lifestyle for sure. So let's see what this person would say to you if they could. I'm going to pull a couple cards out of my beautiful new oracle deck. I'm sorry, I'm really excited about it, so thank you guys for letting me just like be dorky and excited. Oh, and at the bottom was, my life will always be divided up into 2 big parts, before I met you and after. Okay, so you really made a huge impact on this person's life. They kind of think about, you may have met them at a really pivotal moment, and they're really grateful you were there to be, like you were there to like witness their transformation, kind of like a judgment card energy. So we have, oh, look at that. Can you guys see? Because you reminded me how to feel. Thank you. I love that color too. Oh my God. Hang on. I try to not get anal retentive about it. Oh, I love this. Okay. You can see this. You will always be a big part of why I'm pursuing my dreams. What a beautiful way to touch someone's life. Thank you. Okay, so we have thank you coming up twice, and like there's a bunch of different cards in this deck, and most of them don't have thank you on it. In fact, these might be the only 2 that have thank you on it. I'm just looking really quick. Yeah, like I made this, I should know this. I'm pretty sure those are the only 2 cards that have like thank you on the thing. All right, I'll put it down like 2 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, okay. All right, I said I put it down. Yeah, those are the only 2 cards that have thank you on it, I'm pretty sure. So you got both of them. This person is grateful AF for you. This person, you know what I'm almost getting with the turtle? This person may have spent a long time on one particular path or one particular road, especially because this one, the turtle shell opens. And then I feel like you may have almost like course corrected them, right? You may have helped unlock something within them that they didn't know they had. It like changed the course that they were going on. And they're, you know, they may have kind of just like gotten so used to going one way that they've kind of like, I feel like you awaken something in them. Maybe you awaken like a passion in them. You awaken like some type of really beautiful emotion. And this is something very spiritual with all the purple, right? This is something that this might be like helping, you may have helped, like you may have past lives together and helped unlock some type of Akashic integration for them, where they like picked up a new skill, they got interested in a new like path for their life, something like that. But you helped spark something in them that helped them figure out which way to go to pursue their dreams, right? And this is why, you know, you will always be a big part of why I'm pursuing my dreams. What a beautiful way to touch someone's life. Thank you. So you've really like awoken something in them more than anything else, and they're incredibly grateful, right? And I almost feel like with the turtle, it's kind of like this energy of like, wow, you know, I would have kept going the wrong way all this time if I hadn't met group 2. And they're really, really like adamant about that. And so that's why they're kind of just like, oh my God, thank you. This person sees you as a spiritual companion with all the purple. You know, we have purple and green, so this is like heart and like third eye crown chakra kind of energy going on here. And I feel like, and we even had this with the bottom of the deck being, you know, before I met you and after. This person recognizes that this is a very spiritual connection, a spiritual partnership, and that nothing is ever the same after they met you, right? Sorry, a card just slid out of the middle of the deck because it like started to slide, and I was a lucky person the day I met you. Yeah. This is why I feel like either maybe you have a family with this person, like you and this person have children together, or this person really helped, you know, sort something out with your family, or you helped sort something out with theirs. You may have kind of awakened this person to realizing that they want a family, or there's just something having to do with family here as well. Excuse me. You know, this person could be a family member where, like, let's say this was a parent, you know, maybe you being born like kind of helped them realize what they wanted for their life. It kind of like redirected their life, and they're so grateful for it. But your presence in this person's life, in whatever capacity this is, unlocked something really powerful within them, unlocked a part of who they are, and they're very, very grateful. That's why they like, no matter what's happened between the two of you, they wouldn't change a single freaking second. Like, it's very much this energy of like, thank God, holy shit, I could have gone the wrong way for that much longer. Like, they would not change a single second of knowing you, because it could have changed everything, and they're so grateful for how everything turned out. So if you feel like this person's mad at you, they're not. They're really, really grateful that everything worked out the way it did. I'm just shuffling this little deck real quick. Then I'm going to pull more. So I like this energy a lot already. Like the first group, I felt like they were grateful, but kind of being a little bit stubborn about it. Oh, we have new romance at the bottom. We also have the name Chantal, in case that's important for you. The first group, I kind of felt like they recognized the importance of group 1, but they were being kind of stubborn about it. This group, not so much. Even if you guys have been out of contact with each other for a while, you parted ways a long time ago, even if things seem strained on the surface, like if this person, like let's say, this is somebody you co-parent with, and they don't really talk to you much past like logistics. Like, it's not, you haven't done anything wrong. They just have other things kind of going on. This person's incredibly grateful for you. So let's see what we have. We have, Archangel Raphael. I am helping you heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You are a healer like me. An Omega with victory. Your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. Okay. So first of all, we have the unicorn here. This person thinks that you're magic and special, very much so. They're kind of just like, ooh, look at that. I caught this like little unicorn Pegasus in my life. But I was just making sure you guys could see it. But also this person, you may have helped this person with some type of like emotional and or physical healing, right? So Archangel Raphael is talking about helping you heal physical challenges, but I also think about him with like healing, just healing in general, and with all the green, healing emotional challenges. So you may have really helped this person heal emotionally and or physically. You may have like helped this person adopt a healthier diet and lifestyle. This even could be something like help this person find their spiritual calling, or like a spiritual path that felt really right for them. This could be something where, you know, if this person was struggling with like mental health challenges, you really helped support them and it got them to the other side, and they kind of were able to like make you know, like get, you know, maybe get support, get help, make different choices in their life. So it was like it was more self-constructive instead of self-destructive. But this person's very grateful for you. This person realizes that you're a huge part of why they are where they are right now. For some of you, you may have inspired this person to seek out excuse me, a passion or a talent, and that might be their the way they make their living now, and they're incredibly grateful because it feels like, again, they're not just doing something that makes them feel good emotionally, but they're also following their spiritual calling, and they recognize that they wouldn't be where they are if it wasn't for your presence in their life. You have unlocked something for them, and they are incredibly grateful. So let's play you some tarot. I am just shuffling off camera because it's a little bit easier for me to hold everything with my teeny tiny hands. Okay, so how does this person, what would this person say to you if they could? This one I want to flip. This one I don't. What would this person say to you if they could? They could say anything they wanted. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles at the bottom. They think you're very generous, very loving, nurturing, grounded, supportive. They cannot say enough good things. Again, if you co-parent with this person, the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups are like the two like most mom, wifey archetypes of all the queens for me. So this person thinks you are a great parent. They are so lucky that they got to co-parent with you. They're very grateful for you. Yeah, look at that, Temperance. Okay. Oh, the Page of Cups reversed. All right. There's cat fur. Oh, the Eight of Cups reversed. Okay. The Four of Cups. Interesting. I'm seeing a theme here. And the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so here's what I feel like happened. This is actually pretty clear cut. Lots of cups. We have Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy here. What I feel like happened is that you really got this person to open up. Whether it seems like that or not, and again, we kind of see it here. Woohoo! Like this person may actually be a very emotional person, because right, like turtles, for some reason, turtles always instinctively make me think of earth energy, but then I'm always like, well, they probably should be more water energy because they're semi-aquatic. And that's the kind of thing where I feel like we're dealing with this. It's like this person might be very used to being very like very practical, very grounded, like kind of cut off from their emotions. And I feel like you opened this up about them really hardcore. I feel like you helped heal some emotional wounds that they have, because I feel like there were things most likely from childhood with the Page of Cups. This is also water energy, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. There were things from childhood where they offered up their emotional vulnerability, and it got rejected in some way, shape, or form, right? It's like they, you know, maybe they had a really absent parent, or like their emotions were kind of like never really supported. There's something where they learned to cut themselves off from their feelings, but I feel like they tried to walk away from their feelings, but they can't, right? Our feelings are an integral part of who we are as human beings, and we kind of have to acknowledge them, because it's otherwise we're not really going to get that far if we don't, right? And there's something where they have gone a very long time with I feel like there's like this in between, right? It's like not accepting love, but not walking away from it either. And they may have had a lot of situations in their past where they were struggling to accept love given to them. They're struggling to connect with those loving emotions, because the Page of Cups, usually when he's upright, is like very open with their feelings, hard on their sleeve, very much like, you know, just super duper loving. Not, you know, like the way a child loves, or they're not really thinking about getting rejected. They just love because that's what they know how to do, right? Before we kind of get conditioned with all the crap that life can bring us sometimes. And I feel like this is something that your person experienced, where it's like they offered love and it was it was like rejected, but I feel like not directly rejected, right? This is like very dismissive. And this is what I feel like breeds this combination where they don't let it in, they don't accept it. They're kind of just like, okay, whatever. But they also they don't want to be left either. They don't want to leave and they don't want to be left. And I feel like this may have created a loop in their previous relationships. And it's not just relationships too, right? It's anything involving their emotions. So this could be like going after a dream. This could be starting their own business. There's something where they're too afraid to accept the offer from spirit. They're too afraid to take the risk, but they're also, they're also too afraid to walk away. And this has kind of kept them in this sort of like limbo, this unhealthy limbo. And I feel like what happened with the Four of Pentacles, this made it so it was hard for them to ever build a solid foundation in whatever it is that made them happy. It's like they could never stay in it for very long. Or like they would push people away, they'd shut people out, right? Because this can also be a card of having your walls up. And so I feel like if they could say anything to you, they would want you to know that you really helped intercept and break up this cycle. You are helping them heal. You have helped them heal. We have 2 cards about healing, and they are just really, really grateful for what you brought to the table, because they're now having some success in their healing journey. Maybe this is a relationship of the past, right? And now they're able to finally open up to people. They're able to like finally go after their dreams, whether that's, their dream relationship, their dream job, finally getting the emotional like healing from childhood they really needed. They're finally dealing with their mental health issues that they were really, really struggling with. They're finally getting the healing work that they needed done, and they might even be teaching this to other people. And this is all because of your presence in their life. This is because you've been patient with them, you've been loving, you've been generous. You really help guide them, I feel like. And this also can really be where they may have sort of been investing a lot of time and energy in something they weren't really invested in, and I feel like you help connect them back to their emotions, to their heart-centered truth, so they could kind of wake up and be like, what the fuck am I doing? I don't even like this job. I don't even like living in this area of the country. I'm not happy here at all. It's like you help them wake up and see that whatever direction they were going was leading to more unhappiness, right? To more boredom, to more apathy, to more like, who gives a shit, right? And you help them turn it around and alchemize this and make this into instead something that they really wanted, and like help turn them toward what they really wanted. I'm kind of curious, what is this thing that they started heading toward because of you? What is this like dream of theirs they really wanted? I want to look at this one too. Yeah, King of Pentacles, there it is. Excuse me. So we have the 8 of Swords reversed. Love it. The Star. Oh my God. Exactly what we were just talking about. Yeah. So this could have been this person wanted to own their own business. This person just wanted more security, more stability. And I felt like they were just like self-sabotaging themselves over and over again. And because you came up as the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck before, yeah, 7 of Cups at the bottom of the deck this time. They could not figure out what they wanted. They couldn't figure out their emotions. It's like they couldn't get comfortable emotionally, right? I'm seeing somebody tossing and turning in a bed. And it's because they weren't able to see this clearly. They couldn't see their own patterns clearly, and thus they kept perpetuating them. We have 3 8s, by the way, 8, 8, and 8. So those might be significant here, but they couldn't see their own patterns clearly, so they kept perpetuating them. And there's something about you coming in and being like a really stable presence. I feel like you had things to say that really helped this person see things differently. Maybe you were following your dreams and you were just really passionate about, with the Star here, passionate about your own dreams, and this sparked them to do the same. But you really inspired this person to see themselves differently and to see their dreams differently. They now see their dreams as attainable. They are working toward whatever this dream is for them. Excuse my burp. Excuse me. And so it's so interesting. I was actually doing a personal reading earlier, and I was commenting with the Star and Temperance both showed up, and I was like, that's really, really interesting because this is a fire card and this is an air card, but they both have a lot of water on it considering. That's really funny. So again, it's like there's an idea, a passion, but there's also so much emotion behind it. There's so much emotional attachment, and you really woke this person up, and they are now going after this beautiful dream because of you. And what they could, if they could tell you anything, they would want to tell you how grateful they are to you for helping to wake them up, because they're now headed in a much better direction because of you. So that's what they would want to say. They're appreciative of you. I think this is just about everything that I have for group 2. If you need help with your specific situation, please feel free to check out my shop link in the description box below. It has been an honor and a delight to get to read for you. I hope I get to again in the future, and I will see you guys soon. Take care, love bugs. Bye. Okay. Hello, group 3. Okay, so you picked my little armadillo friend. I love him. I'm just kind of tuning in. This is, I feel like whoever I'm channeling for you guys, whoever picked this group, your person, whoever this might be, this person, I feel like they are a little bit in their shell. I think they might be a tad bit intimidated by you, but this person's like, it's like they're coming out of their shell and they're like watching you do things, right? They have the little green eyes here, and this does make me think of like, you know, being like green with envy, but green is also the color of the heart chakra. So there might be times where this person, I feel like in the past, has like looked at you with envy, but the more they get to know you and actually watch you, the more they have a lot of love for you. And this is why I feel like maybe this was somebody that used to be envious of you, and the more they get to know you, the more they're just like, no, this person, you know, group 3 works really hard for everything they have. They've been through so much. Like, they understand you better now. And as a result, it's like turned that, alchemized that, like any feelings of envy at all or jealousy into like this awe. And they're kind of like, I can learn from you. I want to see how you do what you do. I want to be more like you. So this person, they may not have expressed this to you, but this person really admires you, and they're kind of fascinated by you. And it's really cute. Excuse me. This person might keep to themselves quite a lot as well. This person also feels very misunderstood a lot. So I'm going to pull from my new Oracle deck to see what this person would say to you if they could, and then I'll pull more cards. So if this person could say anything to you, what would they say? Oh, it's this one. Oh, I'm loving this. At the bottom was, I've heard the question you've been asking. The answer is yes. So if you were kind of asking a question about this person repeatedly, then they are kind of coming in to say yes. And actually, as I went to go put this down, this card almost flew right out, and behind that was, our cycle isn't done yet. So take that as it resonates, but let's see. What would this person say to you if they could? Oh, I love this one. Okay. I send you signs, or excuse me, I send signs to you so you'll know I'm thinking of you fondly. I love that card. I feel self-serving saying that because I made it. Oh, nice. This one says, you will always be a big part of why I'm pursuing my dreams. What a beautiful way to touch someone's life. Thank you. This actually came out for group 2, so if you were caught between the two, you might want to watch that. Okay. This is somebody who, hang on, I'm just tuning in here. This is somebody who wields more spiritual wisdom and power than they are aware of. I feel like they look at you because you have a similar kind of aura. And they look at you like with this almost reverence of like, wow, I wish I could be like group 3, without realizing that they have the same power, right? They have the same, like, I don't want to say spiritual clout, but that's kind of the vibe here, right? We have like deep blue, and deep blue always makes me think of like very, very deep truths, especially like at a, you know, spiritual level here. And we have the purple, which is that kind of like third eye crown chakra energy. I do feel like you have a spiritual role in this person's life, and it's to help guide them into some kind of awareness. There's a dream they would like to go after, and I think they see you pursuing a very similar dream or a similar path, or embodying the traits that they wish they could embody and the traits that they do have, but they need to get in touch with those. And that's kind of like you're here to mirror that back to them. And you might be inspiring this person without realizing that you're inspiring this person. This person might psychically send you a lot of signs. You could see this person's initials, birthday, any animals you associate with this person. There's like little synchronicities, little omens of this person I'm hearing littered throughout your life. Like you just see them everywhere. Excuse my burp. This might be somebody too who either they have a lot of boundaries with other people. They like keep a lot of other people out, or you've had to draw boundaries with them, or both. But this person thinks about you a lot. Again, they think a lot about how you do what you do. Like they kind of like observe you at a intuitive and spiritual level, if that makes any sense, right? So like it's kind of, let me see if I can give a good example. Like they think about you during the day, right? And then it's like in those moments where their mind slides out of focus, they get these like little intuitive downloads about you, or the power that you hold, the ways that you two are similar. You're here to mirror to this person what they can do, and similarly they're here to mirror things to you as well. And we'll kind of do a little bit more of a deep dive, but this person's really fascinated by you. This person does really appreciate you. We'll have like, I'm thinking of you fondly. What a beautiful way to touch somebody's life. Thank you. Things like that, right? So this person definitely appreciates you, definitely values you. This person is fascinated with you. You may have kind of opened this person up to some deep truth of theirs, or to some aspect of spirituality. Like you could have opened them up to the concept of star seeds or light workers, being an intuitive, and they may never have thought of themselves in those terms. They may never have thought of themselves as spiritually powerful before. So I feel like you're kind of being like the teaching presence here, and you're really opening this person up to something more within themselves, and they're fascinated by that, and they appreciate it. I want to pull 2 cards out of this deck. There we go. Okay, so we have Layla. Spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. Yup, we'll talk about it momentarily. I also like how there's similar colors here. Oh, Archangel Uriel, your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. Beautiful. Yeah, so I feel like there's something where this person really struggled to feel special, or to feel like they were good enough, or just like something like that, right? Struggle to feel like they had something of value to say. Whether this is creatively, spiritually, both. And I feel like you're helping to heal that within them, right? You're helping to heal their self-image and self-esteem. They might like to spend a lot of time, like I said, alone, or they might feel more inspired to do that since meeting you. They're really spending a lot of quality time with their spiritual team, thinking about these topics, right? Again, you inspire them to pursue a dream of theirs, whether this is getting in touch with their spirituality, whether this is a creative project, this is seeing themselves in a new light, in a much more positive, confident light, and this is very healing to them emotionally. Because I feel like with anger and unforgiveness, and this also makes me think of resentment, they were holding on to a lot of things, and this is why they've kept themselves very cut off, very guarded, and like concealed is a word that I'm hearing. Very like guarded and concealed. So they might like have kind of a public persona. They might be hyper introverted, or they might be hyper independent and just like never kind of reach out to anyone. And I feel like this, it's not a problem to like to be alone, and even to like to be alone often, but I feel like there was something where they weren't being honest with themselves about what they wanted. And they were kind of like shielding themselves from potential pain, potential hurt, but as a result also shielding themselves, cutting themselves off from what they wanted. Excuse me. And you really come in to open up their perspective about this. They're very intrigued. That's definitely a word that's coming through. They're very intrigued. They're very grateful, mostly intrigued at this point because they still don't fully understand you. Yeah, Two of Swords at the bottom. They're kind of trying to figure out what's real here, because I feel like you kind of turned their perception of their world upside down. So we have, yeah, I'm not surprised, the Judgment card. The Four of Swords reverse. Excuse my burp. The Ten of Swords reverse. Not surprised. The Ten of Pentacles reversed. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Holy shit. And the Devil. Okay. Capricorn energy showing up here. Can you guys see those? Is it able to be seen? Yeah, okay, I didn't mean to bump the camera. Yeah, this is not surprising. This person's been through some pretty heavy shit, most likely having to do with family. Excuse me. And this person's really trying to move past it, right? You know, trying to work through feelings of anger, resentment, you know, lacking forgiveness. No. I need to have forgiveness for myself for doing that all the damn time. Really struggling to have forgiveness for themselves and others in a situation. They're really struggling to heal. This is why, you know, they're being called to go inward and to reflect. So they have plenty of adequate healing time. This person might like to be near the water or be they're more called to be toward the water, especially with all the water here lately. And this is because it has a healing effect for them. But this person recognizes, like I said, what you brought into this person's life is you brought a shift in perspective. They have heard the calling. And it's really interesting. This is Archangel Gabriel. And at the top of this deck, I wanted to look, and we had Archangel Gabriel for giggles. Excuse me. This person sees things differently now. This person's had a wake-up call because they met you. They're like, oh shit, I've got to do things differently, right? So maybe, like I said, you had a life that they wanted, or you had this confidence they wanted. You had something where it was a dream for them. They were like, man, I want to be that. I want to do that thing. I want to have that. How does this person do it? And I feel like they thought there's a little bird out the window. I feel like they thought they could like crack the code pretty easy. So this person may have been very confident when you first met them, because there's something where they have like a shtick, right? Because they are guarded, right? They've been through a lot. So they have their own way of sizing people up and of figuring out how somebody does what they do, or how somebody works, or then this is a defense mechanism and a protection strategy, and it didn't work on you. Like, I definitely get that. It didn't work on you. It threw them for a loop. So they kind of, I feel like maybe things got a little rocky, or they backed off, or it's something where it's like they kind of like, I don't want to say they had their ass handed to them spiritually, but it's kind of like that. Like, they realized that their normal way of handling things was not going to work with you. And it's not like you're being resistant. It's just like I feel like they can usually, like I said, they usually have a strategy for dealing with people. Excuse me, and being able to like keep people at arm's length. So again, maybe like you're a really like self-possessed person, and this person pretends to be, right? They're confident initially, but they're secretly like really, really struggling with that. And most people never find that out, because most people never get past that first layer of defenses. And there's something where they had to like take a second look, a really hard second look at themselves, at their life, at their decisions. And it's because of your presence in their life, right? And with I send you signs, I feel like this is reciprocal as well. So they see like little hints of you everywhere. And it's like they can't ignore it. And I feel like they've definitely tried. And this is why they've been called to really go inward and have time to reflect on what it is that you have, what you bring to their life, what you bring to the table. Because there's something where you challenge a perception of theirs. Again, very much about like how to get something that they want, how to live in a certain way, how to be. I want to know what this is. What is this thing that you do, or you have, or you are, that they wish they could have for themselves? This is one of them that they wish they could have for themselves. Do I flip it? No. We have the Knight of Wands at the bottom. So again, this person I feel is very charismatic, very confident on the surface, but you kind of dig a little deeper. Yeah, the one on the top was the Six of Swords reversed. They have a lot of childhood healing they're trying to do, because they struggle to actually be as confident as they project themselves to be. And this person with the Knight of Wands showing up at the bottom, we do have fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, but this person may kind of go from thing to thing to thing to thing. So nobody ever really figures out that this person has all this sort of stuff under the surface, right? They might stay, only stay in relationships for short periods of time. They might move around the country a lot. They might make new friends a lot. It's like they never go too deep with any one thing. And this is why most people never see this side of them or figure this out. Excuse me. Wow, okay, the Four of Wands reversed and the Three of Cups reversed. You know what I'm kind of getting? Okay, here it is. This person has had a lot fall apart in their life. They've had a lot of difficulty, a lot of restriction, a lot of karmic energy. They might have heavy Saturn placements in their chart. This person has had a lot of instability. This person has had to learn to be alone a lot. And I think this is part of this person's personality. It's like they're this interesting dualistic mix of very, very charming and charismatic. But then when you kind of get beneath that initial surface layer, they're like, oh, I just like to be alone a lot. I do my own thing. I'm a loner. I feel like that's part of their personality is like, excuse me, is like, no, I do my own thing. They act hyper confident, but they're not. I think at the end of the day, they've suffered so much loss that they've just kind of sort of began to subconsciously expect that that's going to be their lot in life. And I feel like it's buried many layers deep, but deep, deep down, they really want security. They want, a happy home, happy family, happy marriage. They want friends. They want celebration. They want people they can share that with. And I think the thing that they are curious about with you is that I feel like you're somebody who maybe you've also gone through quite a lot of loss, but it's like they project that they like to be alone, and they do a little bit, but alone is their comfort zone. They're not actually happy with it. And I think a difference, one of the things they like about you or they're interested in about you is that you are very confident on your own. Even if you don't always feel like it, this person perceives you as very comfortable doing your own thing, very comfortable being your own person. You're not swayed by public expectations, because the Four of Wands reverse is like a personal victory, and the Three of Cups is like spending time with friends, soul family, celebration, but it's reversed, right? So we have more solitude energy here, right? I feel like you're somebody who maybe you've had to heal a lot to get to this point yourself, and this is why they're really fascinated by it. But I feel like you're somebody who you can be alone and be happy with it without really being that guarded, right? It's not defensive. It's not like, well, I'm better off on my own, right? I feel like your energy is very relaxed. Like, you know what? Nope, I'm not spending time by myself. I'm spending time with myself. And this is, I feel like this is a point you've had to come to in your own life. And it's like they're on a similar journey, but they're just at a different, like they're maybe like a few steps back. And so they're really fascinated with how you have come to this point, because they're kind of seeing that their way of doing things might not be the best way. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with the fact that there are unresolved emotions this person has tried to kind of like bypass or speed through the healing on. And part of the healing that they need to work through is being very comfortable with who they are, what it is they want, getting very connected with their authentic truth, and casting aside anybody else's like judgments. So especially if this is like family kind of structure, like judgments about what they should do, who they should be with, what job they should have. This person, I feel like, is trying to reevaluate their whole life. And they're trying to do this without you knowing. And they're trying very hard to like do this from the safety of their own kind of, the quiet of their own mind. But this is something they see that you have this, and they don't understand how you have this. It's kind of this energy of like, we've both been through a bunch of bullshit. How are you out on the other side, being confident in doing your own thing, being secure in having the life that you want, regardless of what anybody else thinks? Because I think this person likes to project, again, with that Knight of Wands, that they're very confident, very charismatic, that they can just move on to the next thing, that they're, the Knight of Wands is driven by his own passions, right? This person likes to pretend that they just kind of will take off on a whim and do whatever they want to do whenever they want to do it. But there's a very deeply hidden part of themselves that I feel like you've brought to the surface, where they are aware that even though they say that they do this, and maybe they do this with a lot of people, there's like some area of their life, and I'm thinking this is family, like the kind of like family expectations, there's generational expectations and like the inertia of that behind whatever this thing is for this person, where they're like, God, I wish I was like that. I wish I didn't care what my family thought. I wish I didn't care what people thought. Like, they really wish they could be like that, and it's causing them to spend a lot of time in sort of solitude and introspection, more than they normally would. Excuse me. So I want to pull you guys a couple extra cards, just like what this person would sort of want you to know, what this person would want to say to you if they could. Yeah, the Magician reverse. This person likes to try to, it's like sleight of hand, right? This person likes to try to hide these parts about who they are, hide their insecurities, and that's what they're used to doing. And they know that that can sometimes create a problem when it comes to having a close connection. So if this is like a best friend of yours, if this is a romantic partner, this is somebody, you know, in your family or somebody you've known for a really, really, really long time, somebody you've been through the ringer with, they know, and they know that you know, and they know that it's a problem, that they're trying to hide stuff from you. Or that it can cause problems potentially, but they're really trying hard to figure this out. And like, I kind of get this sense of like, this is how they process. It's not like they're trying to like deceive you. They just don't know how to balance processing through this and also talking to you about it at the same time is kind of what I'm getting. So we have, there it is, Seven of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Five of Cups, not surprised, and the Fool. Okay, beautiful. Air energy here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, exactly what we were just talking about. This person has suffered a lot of losses. This person also notices that you have suffered losses. And with the Five of Cups, you know, this person's always focused on what's been lost as opposed to what's still there. And the person you're asking about sees that you have reached a point in your journey where you have turned around and you are looking at what's still there. You have also reached a point in your journey where you've let go of what has happened. You've let go of those low vibrational emotions, and you're just like with the river imagery, you're just letting your emotions flow. You're letting it happen. You're, you know, working on kind of like crossing the bridge. You're heading on to bigger and better things because you're, and I feel like a lot of it is, again, getting very in touch with your emotions and like processing those emotions about the self, is what I think this person is struggling with. So this person recognizes that this is what you've done, and as a result, with the Page of Swords and the Seven of Cups, this person's almost like watching you, trying to figure out if you make online content about any of this, especially this person watches your content. This person's watching you to try to figure out how you did this and then how they do this with their own emotions, right? Because they're overwhelmed by their own emotions right now. They don't know which way is up. They're very confused. They're kind of like, shit, what am I doing? But they understand that what they have been doing isn't working. And this is why they're like trying to reevaluate. They're trying to come into a deeper truth, but they're kind of like, they don't want to officially ask you, right? Because the page isn't looking here. The page is... the page, which is them in this situation, is looking at all this shit. So they're focused on their own emotions. They're focused on trying to figure their own shit out. But the inspiration for this has been you, in the sense that you're able to, you know, take what has happened and let it build you, right? Let it teach you in order to know what you want moving forward. And that you've processed through a lot of that. You've let go of a lot of the baggage of the past and you've started fresh. And this person wants that as well. So this person is low key, or maybe not so low key. This person's watching you. I feel like they are trying to keep that a secret from you, but this person's watching you because they really, they really admire. I feel like they almost blew this off about you initially, where they're like, oh yeah. But the more they talk to you, the more they've gotten to know you over time, the more they really, really see that you have a lot of depth, a lot of depth, there we go, and the way that you handle your emotions, the way that you have healed from heartbreak, is very, I'm hearing it's the real deal, it's legit. And so this person's kind of trying to look at what you've done and then look at their own stuff and trying to figure out how to untangle their own shit using kind of some of the ways that you've, like the advice you've given, the examples that you've given, using some of what you're bringing to the table. And this person also too might try to very sneakily, especially with the Magician reverse, very sneakily get you to give advice to them, right? So this could be like somebody who maybe you're texting about something and they try to like throw out a hint of like, oh, you know, I was dealing with family, I was dealing with my folks, and they, you know, it was all this drama, they said this, they said that. And this is them trying to like bait you into helping them process their feelings, because this is only the page, right? So like they don't know how to communicate about this at all. They're very confused by their own feelings and they're trying to figure them out. Not saying that's your job to deal with it, but that's what they're kind of trying to do. So if this person, like, I'm almost hearing like, you only ever text me when shit is going wrong in your life. This person is very much trying to get your help without looking like they're asking for your help. So that's just something to keep in mind as well. It's not funny, but it's a little funny. We all know people like that. So, and this also could be a situation too where this is like a family member who's older than you, but they're less mature than you in this area, and this person's trying to save face. This person's got a bit of an ego. And by asking directly for help with their emotions, this feels like an ego threat for them. So they are kind of trying to deal with it discreetly, but also still get your help. So there's that. But I think this is just about everything I'm seeing for group 3. If this has been helpful, or I hope this has been helpful, there we go. If you need help with your specific situation, please feel free to check out my shop link in the description box below. But I'm so happy I got the chance to read for you guys today. I'm wishing you the best, the brightest, the most beautiful things that life has to offer. Take care, love bugs. Bye.